everyone, and welcome to another Trimcraft Tuesday. It is a scrapbook process video this time, as per usual. I was thinking about doing some cards and stuff in the future, so you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. But anyways, yes, for this layout, I'm using the slightly older collection, Be Happy. I mean, it's not an ancient collection. It came out in September last year, I believe, but yes, so I bought that stencil. Well, you just saw it at the beginning there, the Honeycomb Stencil, and I just picked it up at a local craft store, and I was like, I need to use this. And yes, I thought the Be Happy collection would be perfect for that sort of honeycomb stencil there. So I'm just getting some modelling paste and mixing in some Dylusions ink in Pure Sunshine, I think, and I also add a little bit of Heidi Shine in the colour Butter, just to get like a tiny weeny bit of sparkle in there, and then just going through the stencil with that. In case you were wondering about my main background there, the 12 by 12 but not really piece of white cardstock, I don't buy 12 by 12 white cardstock because I think there's a massive markup on it, so I actually buy A3 and then just cut it down. It does mean that one side isn't quite 12 by 12, it's about 11 3/4, but that really doesn't bother me, and I often do what I do end up doing in this video is making it slightly even smaller than that and then adding a border from another piece of 12 by 12 paper. But it's so much cheaper, and this particular cardstock is from the range. It's 300 GSM. It is glorious quality. It's so thick. I didn't even need to gesso this page. That's how thick and amazing it is. So yes, it is £10 for a big pack of it, but it does last ages. So just a little tip there, just in case. That's what I do anyways for 12 by 12 white cardstock. But going on to what I'm doing, yes, so once I'd done my stenciling of the honeycomb, as you see, I did it kind of messy and I wanted it in various places around the layout. I also sprayed on some distress stain in the colour Wild Honey, I think it's called, like this really rich, deep, dark one, and then like letting it move around a bit, but I didn't really want those sort of drippy lines on this layout, so I just kind of mopped those up when they appeared. And then I'm going over the top of that with some Heidi Swapp Colour Shine in Gold. Very rarely spray that, it's usually for splatters, but yes, putting that over the top, just like getting this really sort of rich honey effect, and like I'm getting another big drippy line there, and then just mopping it up with a baby wipe. It does cause like a little bit of a mess. You know, you get a hint of the colour on the page, but that really doesn't matter because I don't want it to be perfect anyways. So there's my picture there. It's obviously not of any people or anything. It was last year, my mum and I went to some Bluebell Woods, and the woods are also like a farm where they do, I'm trying to think of the word, like they do workshops and stuff for like people with learning disabilities and stuff, like life skills and building things, and they have a lot of things for sale and stuff that the guys have built. But anyways, they had this cute little, they have all these like little fun things you can look at as well as the Bluebell Woods, and they made this bug B&B. So it's like this thing that's made for bugs to live in, obviously, like all this corrugated cardboard and round tubes and stuff, just a little bug paradise, and it says Bug B&B and says vacancies underneath, and I just thought that was super cute. So I thought that would be a great picture to scrap with the Be Happy collection. Obviously it's not just for bees, this particular Bug B&B, but I didn't have a picture of a beehive, so it's close enough. Anyways, so to match or back the picture, I decided I wanted to showcase like quite a few of the papers, and the sort of theme I'm going for this layout is a mix of rustic but also a bit sparkly at the same time. So I got one of the glittered papers, but then back to that with one of the more botanical looking papers for the more rustic looking thing, and that's got like writing and stuff. And then just having like a strip of that, and then backing my photo with this sort of yellow paper that's kind of got a beehive, very subtle effect. And then I'm just going over that with some Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo. Yes, I finally gave in and bought Distress Oxide. Yes. But yes, with the blending tool, just going over the edge of that, just to give it an extra depth, dimension, all that kind of thing. And then backing it again on another sparkly paper. So we have this constant theme of both the rustic and the sparkly. So yes, that just carries on there. And then what am I doing now? I wanted to do a little bit of stamping because there are some lovely stamps that come with this collection, and I wanted like some little bees kind of flying around the layout kind of thing. So I did a couple in, again using the Distress Oxide. That colour is nope, forgotten. I know, stamping with Distress Oxides. Who actually uses them to stamp? I did, as you see, I did my first stamp where I knew my photo was going to cover it up, just to check that it looked okay, which it did, and it was exactly what I wanted. So I also did a couple of bees in the Stays On as well. I accidentally stamped that bee wrong and I missed his head, so I just stamped him again. Not perfectly, but I'm fine with that. I kind of like the way he looks there. So yes, a couple of bees there with the Stays On as well, just a mix of the black and then the more subtle. Oh, what is that colour called? It's Antique. Oh, I'm not even in my craft room, so I can't look, and that's really annoying me. I'm sure you're all yelling at the screen, it's this colour! But as soon as I finish this voiceover, I'm going to go find out, because it's really annoying me. Tattered. I'm going to move on from that. Anyway, so as I said towards the beginning, I was putting 12 by 12, losing words, behind my main piece of white cardstock, and the modelling paste wasn't quite dry there, and I smushed it a little bit on my fingers. But yes, obviously I gutted that paper because I didn't need to use the whole thing to frame my layout, so just a little bit of it. And then yes, I'm putting down my two, like the long sort of backing for the photo and then the main backing for the photo. I'm only putting double-sided tape in the very middle at the back, because that means that I can still go underneath and tuck embellishments and stuff underneath. So it does mean, you know, it might start to curl up at the edges eventually, but that kind of goes with the look for this, you know, the general theme of this layout anyways. But it is something I often do because it's just so much easier. If you put like 2 or 3 pieces of double-sided tape, it is going to stay there, but it also means you can tuck stuff underneath. So I had these little fern things that I fussy cut from one of the 12 by 12 papers that from a layout I did ages and ages ago. I decided to put those pegs up there, those little wooden pegs. I will confess, a lot of Dovecraft collections come with these little wooden pegs, and they're super cute, but I often struggle to know what to do with them, kind of thing. Like, I love them, they're, especially the really, really tidgy ones, they're so cute, but I do sometimes struggle to know what to do with them. So I just sort of put a little cluster of them, sort of looking like they're holding the picture, and I thought, yeah, that works. And then I'm putting down a load of the puffy stickers and one of the wooden embellishments. They're all getting, obviously the puffy stickers are sticky on the back, but just for everything, I always tend to put just a little bit of extra glue on it, just to be on the safe side, really. Thank you to everyone, by the way, who recommended me that tonic tacky glue. It's great. I do struggle because it's quite hard to squeeze out of the bottle, and I have really rubbish wrists and fingers when it comes to the strength of them for various reasons. So I do struggle a little bit with it. But other than that, it's really great glue. So thank you for the recommendation, everybody. Also putting on some of the Holtz Clippings stickers. I think this is one of the few things that isn't from the collection that ends up on this layout, but I just think they go so well with it. The clipping stickers actually go with an awful lot of things, but particularly this collection. Anyway, more puffy stickers going on. Oh, actually, is that the first puffy sticker? Maybe I was getting confused with the fussy cut ferns. I'm not sure, but anyways, yes, they're going on with tacky glue, as I said. So yes, the clipping stickers I've chosen are all like, I don't like to use completely random ones. I like them to be related to the layout, so at least vaguely, you know. So I've got like a wonderful creature, something about glittering gold, because that works as well for this layout. Putting that little banner one slightly underneath the photo cluster. I wanted to include that puffy sticker bee, but he was a little bit bright and colourful. He was quite white to go on this sort of rusticy layout, so I did include him, but I've just sort of tucked him ever so slightly behind the cluster there, just so he's popping out, so you can just see him, but he's not taking up too much of your attention, as it were. And more clipping stickers. Yes, now I can't actually read what that says because I haven't saved this video in high definition yet, but you guys can probably see it. But again, I am making them vaguely related to the layout. There wasn't any that said anything about a bee, but yes, just, yeah, clustering those at the bottom and at the top. What am I? Oh, another one. Cracky, how many of these did I put on? This has got to be the last one. Surely. I think so. So then for my title, it's not particularly original. I'm just going with Be Happy, because I wanted to use the little, you know, the wood Scrabble tile things that come with the collection. And yeah, there you go, Be Happy, nice and simple, beads everywhere. And again, even though they are already backed with adhesive, those things, I put extra on just to be on the safe side. I like to know that my things are going to stay there. I would rather not have to go back in 6 months' time and re-stick everything back on. So yes, as I said, you'd probably get away with it if you didn't put extra adhesive on. I'm using glue dots for this, but meh, that's just the way I am. And then embellishments, more embellishments. What am I using here? Some of the little gems that came with the collection. I started off only going to use the orangey yellow ones, but then I changed my mind to add some pink ones because there is a little bit of pink in the layout already. Like one of the pegs is pink and that little flower at the bottom left. And then I also added a couple of these black gems as well. These are just from my stash. I think they were from Poundland, but I already had a couple of bits of black on the layout, so I just thought I'd bring that in with the gems as well. And then even more gems. These I think are simply creative ones, just little gold ones, because there was already gold on the layout with the gold Heidi Swapp. And then buttons. I'm just keep going. These buttons are from the collection. I really wanted to include them, but they're quite shiny. I don't know what I was doing with my finger there. So 2 of them are going partially, just getting tucked under things, so you can only get a little hint of them. And then just to finish off, I thought I was finished, but I was like, actually, we want gold splatters on this layout. We've already got gold spray, but I wanted gold splatters as well. Quite chunky gold splatters as well. I thought it would work. And with that, I believe the layout is finished. So thank you guys for watching this Trimcraft Tuesday. I believe a lot of the Be Happy collection is still available. I've definitely seen it in the range very recently, and I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. I will try and leave links for you guys to have a look at the collection if you want to have a look at that. And yes, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Check out all the links, all that stuff. You know the drill. Thank you again. I am now going.